Aggressively hot forecast, so we'll let you know if this trend continues through the rest of the week. I'll do that coming up in just a few minutes. As mentioned, Ginger off this morning. Kirk, good morning to you.
Good morning to you as well. Happy to not see an aggressively hot forecast, at least for now. To Alhambra we go, an update on how your commute is coming together. Let's talk about how conditions are shaping up, at least so far this morning on the 10. So this is the 10 West at Fremont Avenue. A solo car crash currently blocking the right lane. Units on scene are awaiting the arrival of a tow truck unit. You can see already a little bit of a slow going, actually in both directions there outside Monterey Park. To Ontario we go, another update now on the 10. This is actually the 10 East at Haven Avenue. Reports of a car fire. The fire department's on scene and they're blocking the two right lanes there. Just a little bit of a delay starting to stack up there as well. So that's the latest at 4:02. Chris and Megan, now back to you.
All right, Kirk, thank you. A Trump-appointed judge has granted an emergency motion to block the president from deploying 200 California National Guard soldiers to Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, the Trump administration is vowing to appeal that decision. KTLA's Carlos Sacedo has the latest.
California National Guard members were on their way to Portland following President Trump's order. 100 troops were already on the ground in Oregon, with 200 more expected. That is until late Sunday evening. U.S. Court Judge Karen Immergut temporarily blocked the controversial move. This comes a day after the same Trump-appointed judge stopped the deployment of the Oregon National Guard to Portland. Trump criticized the judge's original ruling as he left the White House Sunday morning.
Portland is burning to the ground. You have agitators, insurrectionists. All you have to do is look at the television, turn on your television, read your newspapers. It's burning to the ground. The governor, the mayor, the politicians are petrified for their lives.
Mr. President,
and you have a judge like that, that judge ought to be ashamed of himself.
The judge struck down the order, saying the size of recent protests does not justify the use of federalized forces. Trump has called Portland a war-ravaged city after demonstrations popped up outside the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement building. President Trump also deployed the California National Guard to Los Angeles this past June, even though Governor Gavin Newsom never requested the assistance. Newsom announcing on X that the state would be suing President Trump over the deployment, calling it un-American. California Attorney General Rob Bonta requested a temporary restraining order.
This afternoon, I joined a lawsuit with my colleague, Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield, and the city of Portland to ask the court to immediately block the administration from deploying California's troops to Oregon.
Late Sunday, Bonta posted, "We've secured a court order blocking Trump's unlawful deployment of the California National Guard in Portland. This fight isn't over, but today's rebuke of the president's illegal actions is a step in the right direction. The National Guard is not President Trump's personal police force." The White House defended the president's order, saying Trump, quote, exercised his lawful authority to protect federal assets and personnel in Portland following violent riots and attacks on law enforcement. Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
Elected leaders and law enforcement will hold a news conference this morning calling for tougher laws on copper thefts.
Yeah, it takes place as the popular 6th Street Bridge right in downtown Los Angeles is now dark because of thieves stealing the copper wiring. KTLA 5's Aaron Myers live now in Hollywood to tell us more. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning to you both. We have seen issues with copper wire theft all over Los Angeles and throughout California, and it has cost taxpayers millions of dollars in repairs. So now, as you said, elected officials, law enforcement officials, they will come together to urge Governor Gavin Newsom to sign a bill to help prevent it. We'll go ahead and get into some video of one of the locations that's been affected, the 6th Street Bridge, often called the Ribbon of Light. Well, now it's in the dark because electrical boxes have been ripped open, the wire stolen. Other LA County neighborhoods also affected. At the end of September in East Gardena, thieves left behind extensive damage to power poles and businesses. And in April, stolen wiring in Los Feliz left entire streets without light. Officials say last year, Los Angeles received nearly 46,000 streetlight outage reports, 40% of them due to copper wire theft. Today, elected officials were in will encourage Governor Gavin Newsom to sign Assembly Bill 476, saying it could help decrease the theft by requiring enhanced reporting. Junk dealers and recyclers would have to collect detailed records, including a signed statement verifying the seller's identity and lawful ownership. There would also be expanded restrictions on scrap metal possession. Certain scrap metal from essential infrastructure, such as streetlights and traffic signals, would be illegal to possess without proper documentation. And there would be increased penalties reflecting the high costs of damage and replacement that have fallen on taxpayers and communities. And efforts, though, have been made to mitigate the problem. In July of last year, the city's heavy metal task force announced that it had arrested more than 80 people and seized 2,000 pounds of stolen copper wire. Now, back here live, officials say this bill does have the support of several local governments, law enforcement, and local business owners as well. This news conference is set to happen at the 6th Street Bridge at 8:45 this morning. Reporting live here in Hollywood, I'm Erin Myers. I'll send it back to you both in the studio.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Check it out. Crews still working to fix a massive sinkhole that opened up on a busy street in the city of Orange over the weekend. Henry, you might know where this is. It's your hood. A water main break caused a 10-foot sinkhole to form at the intersection of Santiago Boulevard and Meats Avenue on Saturday. Now, the break temporarily caused nearby homes to go without running water. Crews are nearly done fixing the water main, but still need to work on a damaged storm drain. They do not expect to have the hole completely filled until sometime tomorrow. Traffic in the area expected to be heavy until that is completed.
One of 2 trained hawks stolen from SoFi Stadium last week has been recovered. This is video of the bird's owner, Charlie Cogger, retrieving the bird from a backyard in Hacienda Heights. He says a resident spotted it and alerted police. Charlie went over as quickly as possible to get the hawk named Bubba. The other one does remain missing. The hawks were stolen last Monday when a suspect stole a utility vehicle carrying the birds and carriers near the stadium's lake. Harris's hawks are used by falconers at SoFi to deter other birds.
The Dodgers and Phillies face off again today in Game 2 of the National League Division Series. Blake Snell will be the starting pitcher for the Dodgers in Philadelphia. The Dodgers are currently leading 1-0 in the best-of-5 series. They have the chance to take a 2-0 lead before the series then shifts to Los Angeles for Game 3. First pitch for today's game is 3:08.
Is it best of 7?
Best of 5.
Best of 5. Okay.
Best of 5. Best 3 out of 5.
And the beginning of that game was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they pulled it off in the end.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Win is a win. Speaking of win, great win for the Broncos yesterday. Look at you. You're feeling good.
2 weeks in a row now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Nice.
They had some nail biters that they should have won. So, but anyway.
Megan's feeling good about her Cowboys.
Right?
I'd rather talk about the Dodgers.
Well, that's all right.
Just
Yeah.
talking sports in general.
Yeah.
I was impressed that you were like on it.
She's into it.
Well, it's the playoffs. We got to talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good weekend. Let's talk about weather. Weekend weather, was fantastic. We're going to be a little bit warmer today and tomorrow. Overall, we're looking at our temperatures at maybe even slightly below the average, right around the average, maybe slightly above the average for the inland valley. So as you head inland, you're going to see a little bit more of that sunshine and warmer weather. I'll get out of the way. You can see the LAX camera. We are looking at temperatures right now, relatively mild, 62. There's a little bit of a breeze in some spots, but right now, at least LAX, wind's not an issue at all. A little bit windier as we head towards the foothills and the deserts. Talking about yesterday being a little bit warmer. Look at that, 81. Average for us is 80. So obviously we're in that time of the year where our average temperatures consistently start going down as we get into the middle and the end of fall, and then certainly winter as well. Now, as we look at the cloud coverage, not as much. I mean, we get it. It's kind of confined to the coastal areas. We'll have some high clouds, but overall, notice the arrows. Now, they're very slight, and we're not seeing them all across Southern California, but there is more of an offshore flow today and tomorrow than an onshore